All right, new at 6. A San Diegan who was at the San Francisco airport when that crash landing happened talked to 10 News after a very tense journey back home. This as Lindbergh Field endured a day of delays and cancellations involving those San Francisco flights. This afternoon, the third of 4 runways opened at SFO Airport. 10 News reporter Michael Chen is live at Lindbergh Field with the surreal mood on board today's flights. I can only imagine, Michael.
Yeah, definitely some anxiety on board those arriving flights today. Check out the scene behind me. This is the airport traffic here on this holiday weekend. It's actually been fairly light in the past 30 minutes, but San Francisco passengers being greeted tonight with plenty of delays and cancellations. We found a stressed Franz Holmes inside an airport restaurant. How are you feeling right now?
Desperate.
When he got to the airport this morning, his Southwest flight to San Francisco got canceled. He's trying to get to a track and field coaching clinic that begins this evening.
I spent like maybe $2,000 on this trip, and watching the time tick and watching it go down the drain.
Holmes decided to catch a bus to the Amtrak station. When Yo's flight also got canceled, she was rebooked on a flight for 9 p.m. tonight.
I'm frustrated, but then at the same time, there's nothing I could do, so I'm not going to sit here and beat myself up for it.
In all, some 12 flights to and from San Francisco were canceled with a handful of delays. About half of all San Francisco flights were impacted in some way after the crash landing left SFO operating at 50% capacity for much of the day. Melissa Keller's flight from San Francisco was delayed about 30 minutes. Keller's original flight was Saturday. She was at the airport when the crash landing happened.
Just big black smoke. Like, that's all we saw. We weren't sure what was going on.
We looked out the window. We were like, oh my goodness.
Keller's friend Cameron Lohman says after their flight was canceled, they spent a sobering night at a hotel trying to process the tragedy. The next day, a trip filled with anxiety.
The flight attendants were more worried, really emphasizing what you do in an emergency. And you could tell people were a little more nervous, a little more tense.
And then a lot of relief once those passengers landed in San Diego. As for tonight's outlook, not so good. We just checked, and of the 7 arriving and departing flights, 4 have been either canceled or delayed. We're live at Lindbergh Field. Michael Chen, 10 News.